Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm a realtor in Northwest Indiana, and I want to share a quick marketing update with you. Not a marketing update, I'm sorry, a real estate market update. You can tell I'm helping out a lot of my clients today. But one thing I want to share with you is what we call the hot sheet. So, this is the back end of the MLS. This is our database, our Northwest Indiana Realtor Association database. We use what's called Flex MLS. That stands for the multiple listing service, if you didn't know that already. And we keep some statistics so we can better educate our customers, our clients, the consumer, which is you. And what I want to share with you is the hot sheet. So that's right at the center of my screen. I'm going to use my mouse and kind of circle it here. This hot sheet tells me all the activity going on. And what I want to look at is I like to look within a week unless I'm looking for something every day. So if I'm looking at statistics within the last week, the last 7 days, and here we are, it's November 13th, we're looking at 307 new listings have come out. We see that there have been 74 cancellations of listings. There have been 200 closings. There have been 35 expireds. There's 264 pendings, which are homes that went under contract with the buyer and they want no more showings. They are confident that this is going to close. We've also had a couple withdrawals, a lot of little different things. Active first right contingency 13, active drop dead contingency 4, and accepting backup offers 36 in the past week. Those kind of can be bundled with the pending. So that would put us right around that 310 mark, which tells me that the new listings coming in and what we have under contract are very similar if you add those numbers up together. Now, here's where I get nervous. We've had 200 closings, so we've had less closings than we have listings. So when you have more listings, it becomes more of a buyer's market. The other thing that leads me to believe we're starting to sway more towards the buyer's market is right here. We have 30 properties that had to be extended because their initial listing contract time was getting close to lapsing and they extended their contracts out. We have 57 back on the market. So homes that were under contract that the deal fell apart and they put them back on the market, 57. And then there are 379 price changes. And if I click on this, we're going to see there's a lot of price changes and some of them are significant. So a price change, this one, some of them are like $1. So you're going to see some people market homes and they'll do a price change and they'll do it like $1 reduction, $10 reduction, $100 reduction. But then we have there's $1. Here's one, $229.9 been reduced to $209.9. That's a $20,000 reduction in Cedar Lake. We have, let's see, 119,000 here. This is in Illinois, but it's still very close to us to 114. There's $1. Here's $229.9 to $209.9, another $20,000 reduction for a $200,000 price point. That's almost a 10% reduction. Here's a $249.9 to $239.9. That's a $10,000 reduction. We've got a $190 to $180. That's a $10,000 reduction. $314.9 to $309, $330 to $320, $329.9 to $324.9. That's a $5,000 reduction. This one in Chesterton, $375 to $350. That's a $25,000 reduction. $429.9 to $419.9. That's a $10,000 reduction. $459 to $454. That's a $5,000 reduction. $10,000 reduction, $10,000 reduction. We're not seeing any prices go up. We're only seeing reductions here. Here's a $265 to $250 in Crown Point. That is in Lakes of Four Seasons. That's a $15,000 reduction right off the bat. These are significant. Some of them are little ones, but a lot of them are very significant in price reductions. And knowing that plus what just came out and what came back on the market, it's time to consider market could be changing. We're seeing three at the bottom here of this hot sheet. You see text change 372. You see some of those were in there. That's every time an agent goes in and change some of the text of the marketing remarks or changes something in that listing, because that is pushed out to other websites. A lot of public portal search websites that we all know and love. There is a lot happening here. And just keep in mind, the market may be slowly balancing itself out. Those prices that we saw a few years ago, maybe we're not going as high as we were before. It also could be a sign of the time of the year, because traditionally from Halloween to the beginning of the new year, we have a lot of holidays stuck inside those, condensed in those few months, 2.5 months. And when we do that, a lot of people will take their homes off the market. So those 74 canceled listing contracts, some of those would not surprise me if they were like, listen, we don't want to have showings during this time. We're just going to take the house off the market. We don't want people coming through all hours, or we have family coming in for the holidays, or we feel like we want to put up decorations and we want to enjoy the holidays. And we don't think we should do that if the home is on the market and there's showings, because we're very conscious and mindful of how they would judge us or our house. And trust me, as a realtor for over 20 years, this is the thoughts that go through sellers and buyers' minds. And not everybody, but some for sure. So there's some changes going on. So besides the time of the year, we're seeing an even amount of listings and under contracts, but less sold. So just keep that in mind. And that does follow suit to how many back on the markets we have there. That shows us that things are falling. 18% of homes going under contract are falling apart right now, and the price changes. So keep that in mind. That's significant. If you are looking to buy, it's a great time, because we may be leaning a little bit more towards a buyer's market than we've had in the past few years, which is a big change, for sure. If you have questions about this or comments, put them below, and I would love to help navigate you, whether you're looking to buy or sell, or if you're thinking of making a move in general here in Indiana. I'm here to help. Thank you so much for watching.